musician and baker, Otto. Yeah, so I was checking his website out. He just opened in July a bake shop called Otto Cakes, making cheesecakes, and he's going to give you a little bit more information about that. But he also plays bass for 86 List, which is possibly going to play some music tonight. So let's put our hands together for Otto and for entertainment purposes.
Good evening. Mine is mostly about entertainment and what I do in the entertainment industry in Hawaii. And this is what started it all. If this hadn't happened in the 80s, making this one cake, well, this isn't the exact cake, but this cake of what happened the rest of my life after I made this cake. After I made this cake, I also started in a band called the Sticklers, and we toured the United States, well, the West Coast 2 times, recorded an album, and also 3 7-inches on vinyl, which is very rare for a band in Hawaii to actually record on vinyl. And from that band, we stayed together for about 12 years. I look older there than here. It led into a whole bunch of other things. I met a lot of people, and I started DJing. And I DJ'd music that was released in 76 to 79. And I tried to do free shows because I don't need the money to buy the new vinyl because I'm only spinning something I already have over and over and over. And I only do it about once a year. Led to that, went to acting. I played Hedwig, and that's a small little kid who had a blotch sex change operation. And kind of got typecast into that. I've done that 3 times, but I have played many other parts: FBI agent, Munchkin, other things. Then I also started art around the same time as I started doing cheesecake, and I used to spray paint around town. I know it's not good, you're not supposed to do that, but I was young. Give me a break. 2 years ago, I started doing this just in the early, about 92. I started doing the ants, and it was on a cake. And then it went from the cake, it went onto the street, it went everywhere. And then from that I got other art shows, and I don't know Hawaii, everybody knows, we have a lot of group shows. This is a piece from one of the group shows. It's just pieces that came out of the trash. If you look at it, some of those are some of the famous paintings out of trash in Manoa. And then I started the Dead Baby series. It doesn't really go with baking. It's a punk rock coming out of me. And this is the first one I made. It's paper mache, and that's actually sewn like real cloth into a little diaper thing. And this is the second one. This one, his name is Freddie Jr., and he's the baby of Bride of Frankenstein and the Frankenstein's monster, but he died at birth, and he's been touring. Somebody bought him, actually. I'm very happy about that. It's always nice to sell things, especially it's made out of trash, too. And then I have this other job where I collect a lot of trash from another job that I have, and then I make artwork out of that. And that sells, and then I make more money. So I'm actually getting trash, people are putting it on the wall, and then I'm getting paid for it. And it's the ant again. And then it's continuing series of this ant. It won't go away. And it keeps going. This is the most popular one, and like I said, there's a lot of people that do like group shows. It's a really normal thing. Well, I've been lucky to have 2 single shows, and this was one of them. And this is actually the first piece that sold out of that show, and I sold every piece out of that show. And that was again from my other job, all these big giant pieces. And that is about 12 feet, 2 inches tall. And it's paper mache, the whole thing. And it's ants across the sky. Oh, and these ladies here, if you ever want to try the cake that I made, that one that I had, not the actual one, but that's the one like it. And another group show, we all were given a ukulele. We had to design the ukulele and make it something of your own. It actually has a guitar strap that's not in the picture, but I could put it. You could actually play this and throw it around. It was pretty sturdy. It wouldn't break. They called it Rockstar. And I really was interested in Andy Warhol, and read a lot. And I always thought it funny that, like in his Brillo boxes, there was no Brillo, and in his cornflake boxes, there was no cornflakes. So I thought, to give a twist on it, I actually sold pieces of cake in a box that was designed to try to be like Well, I guess I'm not really big like cornflakes. Oh, and then, the band started up. That was 10 years ago. And we haven't stopped yet. And I think somebody said, I think the guy in the middle said, 86 till we die. I didn't believe him. Little by little, 10 years now. I guess it's true. We've been lucky to record, and like I said, my other band, I guess I've been lucky to record in a lot of bands. I think I've recorded in 7 bands in the state. Toured with 2 of them. This is another one that I've toured with. And lucky with this band, we're going to be recording our next CD at the end of this month. That'll be 5 CDs. It's unheard of. And this is us on tour. Where were we? I don't know. Somewhere. Where is it? Oh, that's at Pipeline. Oh yeah. Sorry, not a tour one, but we have toured, I promise. 2 times. And that's us at Pipeline. We're going to be playing, cheesecake. It's always back to the cake. My whole life, it's like the past 20 years. In January will be 20 years I've been making this cheesecake. And that one I took a picture of. They usually don't get to see this because there's an icing goes on top of it, but that's the chocolate marble. So if you ever eat the chocolate marble at the bakery, you never get to see it. That's what the marble looks like. It gets hidden by the icing. And the cake in the back, my mom's mother's sister's daughter gave me that recipe. I made an awful lot of money off that too. I keep saying thank you for giving me patience, and she can't even remember that she gave it to me. And there's one in the front. If things go correctly, I'd really like to make the French silk frosting cake. Oh, more artwork out of trash. That's McDonald's balls you bounce on, paper mache. That's a bowling ball, little plastic bowling ball. Those little things around the circle are those ones you stack as a child. And so I do a big series of these. This is the only photographs that I could get of those. And there's a big series, just like a dead baby. And I opened a bakery just a little while ago, and they're passing out cake. I made about 192 slices. So please enjoy. I think there's going to be a break now, and we're going to play a couple songs, but don't forget to get beer. Aloha.
Thanks, Otto. And if you haven't had that cake, it's really good. And if you want to know more about it, go to ottocake.com. As he said, we're going to do a break right now for beer, but we also have some door prizes that Mark's going to come up and let you know about.